Good morning. I can't remember what day we're up to. I forgot to check. That's how I remember. It's 70 something. But welcome to Daily Routines and Rituals. Looking a little bit dressed this morning because it's 10:30. We slept in, we did the school things, we had to take the car into the car place and do the things this morning. So I've been busy, but I'm still doing the practice now. Hey Google, what's today's date?
It's Friday, the 27th of March 2026.
Cool, let's begin by our Luminous Humanist book. Blessed Billionaire. How would you feel if you discovered you were heir to $1 billion inheritance? What would you do? Where would you go? How would you feel? On what would you spend the money? Meditate on the energy of being a conscious billionaire. Feel it in your chest, your heart, your belly, your posture. Experience the sensations of being a sudden billionaire all day. Let this energy awaken and activate the part of you that already knows it's true. Affirmation: I awaken, activate, and embrace the luminous billionaire aspect of myself. I really like that. Let's play with that. What would you do if you were a billionaire? Oh, we would end poverty. We would help all of those in our community. If we're still running in the structure and system that we're in, we would create so many charitable foundations to help the poor and underprivileged. We would help create DV spaces and shelters for women and children. And I would help set up corporations or entities where we teach the fundamentals of self-love through these agencies. We'd buy land so we could build free homes and showers and laundry facilities for the homeless and needy. We would help create an abundance of food resources for the homeless and needy. We would help create more drug, alcohol, and mental health awareness for the communities around us from these spaces, offering free community sport because we're billionaires, right? We've got the abundance of funding, and everything through those spaces returns for itself. I already think of what I would call those charity spaces, because I think about these little things often. As a part of my own personal manifestations, I love Alice in Wonderland, and she often thinks of 6 impossible things every single day to help her manifest. That's how she was able to sail and be the first woman on the sea. And so it is this beautiful reminder that anything is possible if we have it in our manifestation, right? We've got to be delulu about it to bring it in. So I always think about this stuff, and I would actually name it after a beautiful lady in our Mandurah community. So if I was to win the lotto tomorrow or be gifted a couple of mil or $1 billion, right? That's what I would do. I'd create a charity foundation that actually helps our community from people who actually do those things currently. Kath Palmer, if you do not know who she is, helps so many incredible, less fortunate people in our community. And she has been someone I have helped in many different ways over the years, from donating my time and helping other homeless and needy people to all sorts. It was a weird and wonderful time. I've known Kath for like over 10 years now. And she inspires me in those spaces quite often. And if anyone, needs a legacy after them, she's that woman. And that's what I would name those foundations under. So, putting it out to the universe. But that is my billionaire thing. I would buy property and land so we can run retreats to make it affordable for all, because that is why some of these things cost so much, is because you're paying for the land, the food, the accommodation. And so if we owned the land, that keeps the costing down, right? We could farm on that land. We could have our own animals, so our own produce. We could have a dairy farm. We could have our own meats. Oh, there is so many things. I grew up living in the country, and these are all of my manifestations. It'd be so cool, right? Knowing that services are there for everybody. It is that thing, and I think over the last few years I've shifted my whole world. I don't buy clothing very often. I don't buy consumables very often. The things that I have are usually secondhand, gifted. I guess that's also being a single mum, never having the money to buy anything brand new either. So I've had to be resourceful. And so I feel like I would continue to live that way. That's all I know, actually. I don't know caviar life, if that makes sense. I don't party, I don't drink, I don't wine and dine. I wouldn't even know what was on the menu half the time. And so my mindset would be on helping those that are less fortunate, to help them get through it, right? And even now, I'd still get a Jeep. That's my dream car. I want a 4-door Jeep for me and the kids. So me and Harper can jump in a tent and just go away for the weekend. The boys have got their swag, got our little getaway car. That's the single mum. That was the single mum, manifestation. Not that I am that single mum anymore, but I still want the Jeep. Purple, lavender. That's it. That would be it. And the only reason I want the Jeep is so you can be off-road, so we can be away from it all, right? Maybe if we're a billionaire, we can start mining our own fuel here in Australia and, create longevity wealth for other generations to come. They're all my wishes anyway. What are yours? Let me know in the comments, because I really am intrigued to know, one, who watches these, and two, does it get you thinking every day? What would your billionaire life look like? How many people would you help? Would you be of service? I think that's the ultimate question when it comes to these questions. It shows you your heart on a scale, right? Mine was all selfless, apart from a Jeep. I'd love a Jeep. Pretty cool. And just comfortability, safety, but I would want that for everyone around me. Knowing we don't have to worry about when the next meal's coming, if we're gonna have powder on the lights, if we're gonna have, enough money for the food each week. I want that to be something that we all one day as human beings get to experience. Wouldn't that be a blessed life, right? That is what I think heaven on earth is. I think we've manifested this morning. I think we're saying creativity and flow to create a bit more of a gratitude bubble, because we're grateful for where we are, right? Might leave it there today. I hope you have a beautiful and blessed day, and maybe your day is just to think about what you would do if you were a billionaire. Have a beautiful and wonderful day. Love you.